The Kauffman Foundation last year selected this campus, one of 3 campuses in the country, to receive a commercialization grant. And this is a really big deal. This is a really, really big deal. And so why did they single out the University of Missouri system? Well, it was really because of this. You don't have to read this. This is the change in the IP rules for the, yeah, absolutely, big thumbs up to the Board of Curators. What this basically says is students own their IP. And so the University of Missouri system, all 4 campuses, are arguably the most progressive college university system in the country right now. And we're going to try to take advantage of this. This was driven by a lot of reasons, but not the least of which is some of our RJI competitions kept running in directly into the buzzsaw of the old rules. And no one could give clear answers. And the lawyers were caught and students were caught. It was a mess. Rules have changed now, and this is a big deal. So the university, the Mizzou campus got 3 projects funded. And I'm just going to make highlights because I don't think a lot of people know about these. And we're going to be promoting these a lot more in the next couple weeks, couple months. The first one is W.D. Allen here, by the way? He's not, okay. So the first one, half of the money actually went to a student-managed angel fund out of the business school. This is really pretty amazing. And what they're doing is doing the due diligence on startups. One of the startups that they've been working with is coming out of the bioengineering fellowship. So there's all kinds of really interesting stories that are starting to be created out of the university's interdisciplinary approach to some of these things. So that's the first thing, the Student Angel Fund, and Professor W.D. Allen over the business school is a lead on that. The second one is Climb. Climb is a brainchild of Rob Duncan, and the idea is to take pre-existing IP the university owns, kind of off the shelf, and build entrepreneurial experiences around it for students, staff, and faculty. And so Climb is actually getting up and running as well from the Kauffman money. They are going to be facilitating an idea competition next month, so I'll hear more about that. But what I wanted to show you, just a little sneak preview of some of the stuff that we've been working on here. The remainder of the money is to create a repository of digital learning objects around commercialization and entrepreneurship. So these were my 6 first guinea pigs. Some of them are in the room right here. And what we're trying to do is, the original idea was trying to capture from concept to commercialization in a student startup, from concept to commercialization, the inflection points of a startup. You know, what are those little learning lessons in the evolution of a startup? And so we're about ready to start tracking several student startups here on campus. But to get things started, we thought we'd better also start memorializing all those pieces of the larger ecosystem that supports entrepreneurship in the area. So what we're starting to do is create these little videos, and these are you're the first people to see this. We will be branding this. These videos will be shared with the different parts of the ecosystem around the region. So it's not going to be a one destination for these videos, but really anyone who wants these videos. So I have 3 short little videos I'm going to show you. Again, this is just the beginnings of this. We're learning a lot about this. So is Paul here? I saw it. There's Paul. There's Paul in the back. Paul Bateson is with the Small Business and Technology Development Center. And I didn't know Paul until about, what, 2 weeks ago. And he had just come back from an economic gardening event. I thought, well, that's great. So we got Paul on camera last week. So I'm just going to play just a short little video of Paul kind of talking about not only economic gardening, but a really interesting project they're going to be launching really soon called the Missouri Growth Network.
Economic gardening grows the top line of a business. Top line growth usually leads to bottom line, profit and wealth, and that wealth goes into that region or community or area. The goal of the Missouri Growth Network is to become a full fidelity program certified by the Lowe Foundation. All team members are going to be certified economic gardening professionals by the Lowe Foundation. And what this does is assures that our team adheres to the standards set for economic gardening as designed by the foundation. So we are going to use the program to help existing owners grow their top line, help create economic impact. The 3 tenets of traditional economic development are attraction, retention, and growth. The Missouri Growth Network is a tool designed specifically for the growth part of the development policy. There will be no fee for the first 15 clients engaging with the Missouri Growth Network. This is to allow us to finalize our training with the Low Foundation, get our certification. Future engagements will be a fee-based service, although that hasn't been set yet. For a small business owner to request services, you can view our website, which will be live October 1st, 2011. We're going to put it up on screen, but it's MissouriGrowthNetwork.com.
So thank you, Paul, for allowing us to test. Thank you very much. Okay, so the next two videos is from a resource that, frankly, and I grew up here and I didn't know much about, and I was really, really blown away. The Columbia Career Center, phenomenal resource. So I was able to get two of the instructors from the Career Center on camera, again, trying to share some of these things. And there's a lot more content in these interviews, but I thought I'd just give you a sneak peek at some of these. The first one's Nat. Where's Nat? There he is. Awesome. Let Nat speak for himself.
So Columbia Area Career Center with local entrepreneurship, we're all about growing around us. While we try to bring technologies and knowledge from outside of our area, our main goal is to support our area, particularly in the adult education, community education aspect of things. It's all about increasing the base here, and as we increase our skills here, we're actually going to increase businesses wanting to come here, and so it's a win-win for everyone. And so as more highly qualified people come to our area, we're going to see a greater demand for the skills that we offer, and on top of that, they're going to bring in their families, and as a community we grow and we flourish. And that's really what we're looking for, is we want a better way of life for everyone here. We have entrepreneurs on our advisory board. They're the people who are on the bleeding edge trying to get an idea forth, and they're the ones who have the strongest diverse needs, and those are the ones that we're shooting for, because while they might need, say, some PHP development skills or Ajax skills for web-based businesses, if they're needing it, dimes to dollars, large businesses are going to be needing it as well, and we can serve everyone at the same time.
Okay, that was Nate. And last but not least, Patrick. I was really learning about the Career Center is not only focusing on adult learners, but also what they do for area high school students. So I'll let, and where's Patrick? There you are, front row. Right. Okay, great. Here's Patrick in his own words.
So the digital media program at the Columbia Career Center is open to high school students kind of in Columbia and the surrounding areas. We serve students from Rockbridge, Hickman, Douglas, Hallsville, Ashland, Christian Fellowship, Family Worship Center. All those schools, we serve students from all those schools. They're bussed in the morning and they take classes at the Career Center. In the digital media program particularly, there are 5 different classes available. Our first class is called Digital Media, and that's kind of an introductory level course that covers all the basics of the Adobe Creative Suite package, InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop, Premiere, Audacity, all that kind of stuff. And then we have advanced level classes. One of them focuses on print media. It's called Graphic Design Desktop Publishing. One of them focuses on video production. It's called Digital Video Motion Graphics. One focuses on web design. It's called Web Design Interactive Media. And the other one focuses on PHP scripting, and it's called Web Scripting and Database Management.
So what I want to invite everyone in the room, you know, I was talking to Gary LaFoon. Is Gary still here? Gary's in the back. Gary's with CORE. And CORE is kind of a larger footprint economic development entity for the region. And so we want to get Gary talking about CORE on one of these videos. So if there are resources that you know, entities that you know, that we want to basically promote and be able to make known, please get in contact with me. We're going to start, we actually are using the studio here at RJI, and a big shout out to Travis McMillan, who's downstairs actually producing what we're doing right now. We want to record these, and we actually have the RJI studio Thursday afternoons. So please get in contact with me. We're really trying to build this inventory of assets up as quickly as possible. That said, those are the ones that we're doing in the studio. We're also starting to look at trying to capture content in remote locations. So the Startup Weekend is going to be a whole bunch of opportunities to capture stories. For instance, you know, what's the greatest entrepreneurial asset in Columbia that most people don't know about? Why should an entrepreneur start a business in Columbia? and we can start tweezing these questions out from people. So your event goes there. You know, let's see if we can actually really create a real repository of these kind of knowledge asset pieces. So that's what that is. And so now is it's your turn to contribute.